Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Sunday Racing at Del Mar. Picture perfect weather here as we get the second to last day of the race week. We got Monday racing tomorrow. I'm Kurt Hoover along with Ryan Anderson. Ryan, a lot easier getting down here today. The 5 has opened up. Everybody made it today. We're all set to go. And a very interesting card. On top of that, this is summer-like weather, maybe 10 degrees cooler, but a picture perfect day, Ryan.
Picture perfect day. The Del Mar weather is back.
Yeah.
No more rain, no more clouds in the sky or the forecast. So it's an excellent 9-race program today with a really nice stakes race on turf.
Yeah, red carpet, one of my favorite stakes races of all time is the feature. Mile and 3/8, $100,000 purse. I was lucky enough to own a mare that won this, a piece of a mare that won this back in 2019, Susanna, who is very near and dear to my heart. So I'm looking forward to the red carpet today. Let's kick things off, Ryan. Let's try and make some money. First race on the turf, 5 furlongs of distance. What do we do here?
Yeah, I thought the number 4 Cal's Goal was interesting for me. Obviously, Ventry Strand had that really dazzling maiden win and then came back in the Speakeasy Stakes coming from way off the pace. I don't know that there's a ton of pace in here, so I thought Cal's Goal is going to sit close, cutting back from the 6.5 furlong effort at Santa Anita when breaking the maiden versus State Breds. This is a very logical next spot. Obviously, Arkadelphia is fast. Mulholland Drive has some speed. Same with Italio, all drawn to this one's outside. So hopefully Cal's Goal kind of sits that nice pocket trip. Rails are out, I think, 12 feet today. So hopefully just sits a nice, comfortable trip and has enough kicking down the lane.
Yeah, I thought it was a good betting race to kick things off. I like the 3 Wiki Kane for Adam Kitchingman. This horse ran off the screen in the debut back in September at Del Mar. I mean, made the lead, never looked like a loser, galloped out, full of run. Obviously not that strong of a field, but I think he's going to be in front, and going 5/8 might be tough to catch. So Wiki Kane on top for me. Saw Elliott claimed by Peter Miller. There's turf pedigree there. That dam's had 2 turf winners. Lost a head bob last time out. 3-1 for me in today's first. Race 2, big scratch here. This is the horse I picked, the 6 Pocket Venus. So I draw into the 1 Case Hit who puts on the blinkers. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, similar to you. I had the 6 and 2nd Case Hit now, drawn into there. But I thought the 4 Listen Up Chance.
Yeah.
I wanted to give that one a really close look. Had some good dirt runs early on in 2025. Really stepped up when going on grass, but also correlated with a switch to Doug O'Neill, who still trains today. So I want Listen Up Chance in this spot. Obviously, Case Hit can win. Blinkers on. I would expect that one to show a lot of speed from the inside, but I think Listen Up Chance can sit a really nice.
Yeah, I agree. And lost all chance at the start. Rear through ahead, I lost all chance. Blinkers come off, so I'm going to go 1-4 now with the scratch of the 6. On to race 3, take out the 5 leading. Another good betting race here in the 3rd, back onto the turf.
Very good betting race, and I ended up with a price in the rail horse Poor Connection from Michael McCarthy. Mirka DeMiro is on to ride. He's still having a red-hot meet. I think he's winning at 45% or something ridiculous like that. Good draw for this horse. I think there's enough pace in here where Poor Connection can kind of sit that pocket trip and has improved in all 3 of his turf starts for this season. So Poor Connection on top for me, and I thought the number 9, Crazy Cavalier, looked to have a good shot. Cutting back off of much longer races, so it's going to have that stamina and foundation. And another closer that I like in here with the 3, the 6, and the 8 all projected to be pace setters.
Yeah. If you look at his race back at Aqueduct last year, he did sit. I don't think he's a need-to-lead runoff type. I love the fact that Barrios gets on him. And to me, Ryan, he has faced much, much better horses. He's taken a big class drop from the Allowance and Stakes Company into this starter race because he ran for 40. So I do like Time Song on top. Night Out always runs on. Crazy Cavalier, I can see there's a lot of horses underneath, but my top pick and a single in the pick 5 for me. 6 Time Song. 4th race. All right. Speaking of pick 6, paid very well yesterday. That was with a 3-5. Have prices around them, and that's what happened yesterday. Scratch here, the 1 Strong Morals is out. We're left with 4 kicking off the pick 6.
Yeah, 3-5 and then right into the 1-9. So, right. 2 really short prices, still paid fantastic. This race to kick things off, 4-horse field. I ended up going with the number 2, Darlin Sugary on top. I mean, that last race is the best on the page for any of these runners. Did it professionally and did it nicely. This is a very logical step up off a maiden-breaking performance last time out. I thought Lady K Westfall deserved a shot as well. Outside speed can always be dangerous, and Luis Mendez never discount his 2-year-olds. Yeah, it's an interesting race because the outside 2 both want the lead. The inside 2 both can sit. I thought it was an intriguing 4-horse field. I watched Bob's Honey's race at Emerald Downs. I thought they were very, very good. She bobbled the break in that stake. She made a long extended run. The winner is a multiple stakes winner, is a pretty nice filly. I thought she'd get a great trip. So Bob's Honey on top for me. Darlin Sugary didn't beat much, but visually was impressive. It looks like she really woke up with the drop. So 3-2 to kick off the pick 6. On to race number 5, overnight scratch of the 5 Origami.
back onto the turf, going 5/8.
Yeah, this was an interesting race, and with these non-winners of one other than conditions, I always look for multiple winners at or around the level, and that landed me on the number 2, Lovin' on the Run. Drew really well for Freysu and Doug O'Neill. Should sit inside. This is a 4-time winner. Should sit off the pace and go in the 5 furlongs. I think there is a decent amount of pace in this race, especially when you consider Fancy Facts and Young Love. They pretty much have one way of going. So I took the 2 on top, and the 7 Prime and Ready is a deep closer that I'm going to, and a good price that I want to have on my tickets. I do think there's enough pace, and Baltus is sneaky with these turf sprinters.
You and I came up with the same price horse. I picked the 7 Prime and Ready. Couple reasons here. First of all, the trip she's going to get, and look at the run Pereira gets out of her. He's been aboarded 3 times. She got beat in neck at this condition 4 starts back. I think she gets a great trip. Tiago is riding really well at this meet, which is nice to see. He had that terrible spill back in the summer meet. Took him a while to get his business back, and I love where she's drawn. So Prime and Ready on top for me at a price. Dare to Fly, nothing wrong with her form. She got beat by a nice horse last time out. She comes back and draws well, and Lovin' on the Run is very consistent. So I was 7-8-2 for pick 6 purposes. On to race number 6. This tips off the late pick 4. 6.5 furlong maiden special weight. I thought the favorite would be very tough to beat here, Ryan, Into the Hole. Very good try last time. The filly who beat her is a nice filly of Richard Mandela. She came back and won again. I think she'll be tough to beat. What about you?
Yeah, she's going to be tough to beat. She should absolutely win in this spot. She ran a winning race last time, just got beat by a better horse. I ended up trying to get a little bit creative by going with the number 7, Luby's Music on top. I love the McLean's Music first-time starters. Drew well, has really quick works in the morning for Richard Mandela, and you get Antonio Freysu aboard. They don't team up a whole lot together, which maybe hints at me that this runner might be live. First-time Lasix, of course. So I went 7-8, but I'm going to use them both on my tickets. Into the Hall should absolutely win here.
Yeah, Into the Hall I think will be tough to beat. 1 workout report. Andy Harrington, one of the best clockers in the business. Big works on the 1 Mad Pursuit for Richie Baltus. That is always worth noting. Good work tab. Diego Herrera rides, and this horse has got speed. So I made it 8-1 in race number 6. On to the 7th, my favorite stakes race of the fall meet of all time. It's a grade 3 red carpet stakes, $100,000 purse. Scratch the 1 Mahina. Note the off Lasix horses. I always take a long look at that. 3, 4, 6, 8, 10 are off Lasix. What do we do here?
Yeah, Mrs. Astor, a deserved favorite, absolutely the horse to beat. I am going to try and beat here, and I'm going to go to the number 9, Vengaza. Mirka de Muro, Richard Mandela teaming up. I like this one's prep at Santa Anita, and I know maybe she does her best running going down the hill, but I do think this stretch out, I'm willing to excuse the effort in the CTT TOC because what was the horse? Alpha Bella just walked the dog on the front end with Hector Barrios. He really just took everybody to school in that race. So I'm willing to give her one more chance going long. She should be forward. She should sit that nice kind of pocket trip, and all of her numbers match up well with Miss Astor.
Yeah.
So I think she can maybe turn the tables a little bit. So I'll go 9-2 in the 7th.
Interesting race. These mile 3/8 races are always so tough pace-wise and how the race shapes up, especially with a good-sized field. I went to Will then. I had good luck with her when she was a 2-year-old when she won the Jimmy Durante. I hope that wasn't her peak. I thought she ran a good 3rd in the San Clemente. That was against some very nice horses. Even her race in a Del Mar Oaks wasn't that bad against better horses. She gets Barrios, which I love, and she's 4-1. So I put her on top. Mrs. Astor is always the horse to beat in these marathons. I put her 2nd, 4-2. And Paradise Lake is getting good. I don't know if she's this good, but she is getting good, and the barn's going good. So 4, 2, and 6 for me.
She's the horse you want on the improve for sure.
Yeah, especially at a price.
Yes.
8th race, first half of the late double. Maiden special weight going 6 and a hook. A whole slew of first-time starters and a couple that have run.
A lot of slew of first-time starters. And yeah, I went with a second-time starter with the number 9, Miss Watermelon. Kazushi Kimura aboard for Jonathan Thomas. This is a second-time starter. Went a mile and a 16th on the turf on debut. Didn't run too well, but I think can really improve going to dirt. Jonathan Thomas has strong numbers going turf to dirt. And he's 5 for 19, which is 26% with the blinkers on for a second start. So I like that. This one is a half to a pretty consistent sprinter on both dirt and synthetic. So I hope Miss Watermelon can benefit from that outside draw and get the win. And then I also thought the number 6, Lirios, has shown some really quick works in the morning, again, for Richard Mandela. Maybe wants longer in the future, but that 3 furlong gate work kind of caught my eye. So I expect to see that one forward early, and we'll see how far she can go.
Once again, you and I have the same top pick, Miss Watermelon. I watched her race a couple times, her Keeneland race. It says step slow. I'd make it broke slowly. I thought she broke really slow. And then she made a run down along the inside. She was starting to run. She flattened out, and I thought Johnny V just took care of her and let her gallop out on her own. Blinkers on, good gate work, outside draw. Kimura She's on top for me. The 5, My Girl Me, again off the workout report, some really good workouts out of the gate. Doug O'Neill, Antonio Fracio, a homebred for Don Disney, who's been in this game a long time and owned a lot of nice horses. I think this horse has got some run too. And Nimma, interesting with Nimma, if you looked up the pedigree, the dams had 3 winners, but they were all cheap, nothing winners.
Yeah.
It's amazing, paid a lot of money for a horse with that bottom side, but it's Bob Baffert and a gun runner. So 9-5 for me in the 8th. Okay, if we make it to the 9th, Ryan, good luck. I honestly, these high-priced maiden claimers on the turf are some of my least favorite races. They're very tough. They usually end up with horses they paid too much for, or horses who are just jumping up and down.
Yeah.
How do we sort this one out?
This is a tough one to sort out, so I'm going to take the one trying something for the first time, trying a few things for the first time, and that's the number 1, Wanika. Hector Barrios is aboard. That's obviously a plus. Jeff Mullins has this one off the trainer switch, immediately puts this one long on the turf.
And entered not to be claimed.
And, yeah, entered for the waiver as well. Yeah. I also like that. That's a sign of confidence in my eyes. So I think Wanika is going to be my top pick in here. I'm going to go 1-2. Angelica Bay taking the biggest drop in racing, going from open maiden special weights down into open maiden claimers. So that one's run very consistently at the maiden special weight level. Now stretching back out with blinkers off. Hopefully that kind of does the trick, but these races are always a headache, so I want to go with the fresh face in Wanika.
A real scramble in the last race. I thought Blame Eve would improve. Good barn, Leonard Powell. Puts on blinkers and looks to be getting gradually better, and she ends up for 50 here. I thought the 8 Wildfire Princess would run well. I thought a mile and 8 was just a little too far for her. Her mile race 2 back was very good. If she runs back to that, I think she's got a big look. And Wanika on the rail, love when Mullins protects him. First start for Jeff, protects her by entered not to be claimed. So 10-8-1 in a grab bag in the 9th. Ryan, it couldn't be a nicer day except if we hit the pick 6.
That's right.
Weather's perfect, cards good. Thanks for your time. Are you going to be with me tomorrow?
I'll be with you tomorrow.
Great, looking forward to that. Ryan Anderson has been my guest. Thanks to all of you for watching. A beautiful day for racing and gambling. When isn't a nice day to gamble here at Del Mar? Back with you in about 20 minutes in the paddock.